Welcome to Coffee and Cleavage.
Welcome.
Cheers. I'm Lynnie.
And I'm Shantal.
And hello, Gary.
Hey ladies, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
How are you doing?
Hanging in there.
Oh, man.
I'm great. Just kidding.
Another rough day in the office for you, Gary.
Yep.
Living the dream. So many people want your job.
Can't complain.
Someone else suggested to me the other day that we should alternate, like, people in for you. So, like, one day it's Gary, one day it's somebody else, one day it's somebody else. I'm like, okay, we're having
random ass people coming in.
rotating fans, I guess was the suggestion. I thought that was interesting.
That is.
I was like, I think Gary likes his job, so.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if you guys somehow did that with like a fan on one episode or something and got their perspective on stuff.
Yeah.
I just feel that we would have to really vet the fan.
Yeah, we would.
you know,
Definitely.
just like we would a guest and interview them.
Yeah.
Well, today we thought we would dive into something not quite open, not exactly closed. We'll call it Monogamish. Monogamish. So, I mean, first off, right off the bat, I mean, I think that none of us in this room are monogamish, but I think we can monogamish.
Okay, what is monogamish? I don't even know what
So
that is.
essentially, obviously, monogamy is just, two people, close relationship. And a monogamish is kind of like the in-between. So not fully open, but not fully closed. So this might be like you do vacation hall passes. You might have an occasional threesome.
I'm for it.
I'm for it. So we have some questions and then a story.
All right. Hotter idea. One-time hall pass or annual threesome?
Ooh. Well, I mean, I think that most men would choose the annual threesome, don't you think?
Probably.
Yeah.
But what if, who would pick the person?
Yeah, that's a good
I guess
question.
it wouldn't really matter, but, well, maybe it would.
I think the woman should choose, in my opinion, but that's just my opinion.
What percent of guys do you think just like the idea of a threesome, but like if it came down to it would be like, oh fuck, like, because
That's probably
I mean,
reality.
I think a lot of people,
because-
men and women.
because a threesome sounds hot, but it's like, I feel like there's so much pressure on a guy, so much, unless it's like the two girls are kind of into each other and you're just kind of added, but it's a lot of pressure on a guy. And you might be like, oh fuck, this is a little exciting, and like, oh shit, and you know what happens. Every guy's worst nightmare. So it's like, sounds amazing, but then I don't know.
Yeah.
Which one would you choose, though? The one-time hall pass or the annual threesome?
I don't really know. I gotta think about that.
Yeah, it's hard because, like, for someone that's not, it's like, well, if I'm really into my person, I don't want to have a hall pass. But then again, I guess
Yeah.
we're supposed to pretend like we are, right? Here in this episode. Probably the annual threesome, then. Fuck it.
Yeah. I think that one stands out more, especially if it's an optional annual threesome. Can you just be like, oh, honey, we're not going to do the optional annual threesome this year. You've been a bad boy. No threesome
Maybe
for
next
you.
year.
You didn't earn it. Yeah.
You didn't earn it.
Yeah. Biggest jealousy trigger, DM flirting or in real life dancing floor grinding?
Obviously grinding in real life. I feel like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Imagine someone you're dating and then all of a sudden you look over and they're grinding with somebody on the dance floor. You'd be like, what the actual fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I've seen that. Like where I was with some friends once and her boyfriend was out on the dance floor just grinding up on everybody. I'm like, what the fuck?
On everyone.
Rein your boyfriend in.
Was he drunk?
I mean, yeah, I guess, but still.
Still,
It's
yeah.
ballsy.
Yeah, it is. Damn. Okay. Safer shared fantasy. Same room swap or separate room escapades?
Ooh. Which one's safer? I mean, I think the separate room sounds safer than same room.
Yeah.
If you're
definitely.
really hesitant about the swap to begin with. yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure that I would want to be in the same room watching my partner be doing it with somebody else.
No.
People love that shit though.
Well, I know people are into it, but for people who are on the edge of it, who are like, oh yeah, it sounds hot to swap, but I don't want to watch somebody else fuck my partner.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
No.
No, I would choose the separate room,
Yeah.
which would still be probably weird.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear them all in the other room and shit. You're like, what the fuck?
I would not like that.
Yeah. I haven't either. But remember, this episode we're supposed to think like
we're
that.
thinking outside the box.
We all suck
here.
at it, clearly.
Yeah, we do. Would you?
So we're just supposed to say what we kind of are like, yeah, fuck it.
Would you rather reveal or hear a secret crush first? I would probably rather hear it first. I don't know. Would you rather
reveal?
like somebody tell you their secret crush or you to tell them? Sounds a little juvenile, but I don't know.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Reveal or hear a secret crush?
So you're telling them you have a crush on them, or they're telling you?
Yeah, I think so. That's what's asking. I'm saying I would rather be told first.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Single best aftercare ritual when an extra partner leaves.
Ooh. I mean, I would assume you want to connect with your partner after a person that you just had a threesome with somebody, that person just left. You should probably give some extra attention to your partner so they don't just feel like maybe used or unwanted.
Remember when we did the Michael Sartain podcast?
Mm-hmm.
Was it when we were on his or he was on ours? We talked about this, and he said, because he's
Yeah.
all into this, he said the next day he feels even closer to his girlfriend and more connected.
Yeah,
That's
he's
what made
like
me think
bringing
of
her
this.
flowers and like,
Yeah,
yeah,
giving her
extra attention.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
That's a
That's
very good
interesting.
point.
like praising her almost for letting him.
Like rewarding her
Yes.
almost?
Yeah,
I think it's like, I don't know if it's meant to be like rewarding. I think it's likely to show his appreciation
Yeah.
for the experience.
yeah,
So, I mean, that makes sense. And that's probably a good rule of thumb. Like, if your wife or your girlfriend let you have a threesome, you better be fucking
yeah,
going above and beyond.
yeah.
I would never want it to be like that though. I'd never want to be like over and over again, like, can we have a threesome? Can we have a threesome? Over, and it's like, fine. Like, I'd want it to be like, hey, we both want to do this. Not just
Yeah.
like, okay, fine, like, let's do it. And it's like, this is what you wanted. I
And
would
then,
always want it to be-
there's resentment.
Yeah, yeah,
And
definitely.
if anything goes bad, it's on you. Because you wanted this, so.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Sticky.
You came for her, not for me. You know, I can see how that would just go bad.
Yeah, you came with her after like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You lost an hour with me. What's
I feel like it's like cliche. Like, I don't ever want to be like the one to like hate on threesomes, but it's like there's so many things that could go wrong with them. Like, so many things. But they sound so hot. But
yeah.
in reality, it's like, I don't know. I think anyone can fucking be like, you know, they're amazing, they're awesome, but then other people could be like, yeah, ruin my fucking relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can see both ways for sure.
Definitely.
So with that in mind, then what word sums up your gut reaction to monogamish?
It's just that word.
Ruined relationship? Is that what you're thinking?
Risky.
Risky. Ooh,
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is. There is certainly risk involved. And I think of this as kind of like a toe in and a toe out scenario. So you're kind of like in the middle. Like, you're not completely monogamous, but you're not completely open, but you're kind of like testing.
I feel like
You
it's
know?
just breaking into something where, you know, it could be something that could potentially just ruin everything you have, or maybe you could like it. Because I know people that do amazing doing that, and then other people that it's ruined their relationship. So
Mm-hmm.
just kind of like, I don't know, I'm gonna chance that.
Yeah.
A little Russian roulette.
Like rolling the dice. Yeah. What would you say is your gut reaction? One word. Sum it up.
Yeah, I had a word and I was thinking it, but I forgot it. Kind of, I don't know. It seems dangerous to me, but that's just me.
Dangerous.
For me, like for me, if I'm gonna do that, it just seems like I'm kind of playing with fire. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And I don't think that I would do that in a relationship.
Yeah.
You know, I think I might be open to some of those experiences not in a relationship.
You
But
think you'd be more the type of person who did it and loved it and wanted it all the time, or hated it and was like, fuck, why did we do that?
I think there could be some regret in there, and that's probably why I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know, just not wanting to, like, because you can't really go back from that. I mean,
That
you
would
can,
be my word,
but
regret.
regret.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regret.
I think like the best way of doing it would be, I just picture like, say you're at like a party or something and you're all just kind of drinking, everyone's like having a lot of fun, everyone drinks a lot, and then it just kind of happens, and you're like not like super drunk, but you're like pretty drunk, and you're like, damn, that was crazy that happened. We were all like, oh my god, I can't, and like you don't regret anything because nothing went bad, but it's like that was a one-time thing, like I can't believe we did that.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
like my ideal threesome, I feel like.
Yeah.
Not like, let's fucking do this every month now.
Yeah. It's like a
Annually.
one and done or whatever. Say you experienced it kind of thing. Okay, hall pass honeymoon. Do one-off flings protect the core relationship? I said that really weird.
I don't know what you said.
It's just, you know, when words slip out weird, you're like, oh, why did I say it like that? Do one-off flings protect the core relationship or plant long-term resentment?
One-off flings.
Mm-hmm.
The hall pass.
Mm.
I think it can go either way. I think if you gave your husband a hall pass, I could see how you could hold that over him. Oh, why aren't you going to let me do that? I gave you a hall pass, you know?
Yeah.
Or like every time they're mad at you, they bring up using
Remember, I gave you the hall
it.
pass.
Yeah, I gave you the hall pass.
Would
It's
you ever
like,
give anyone a hall pass?
I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Unless I want to give them a goodbye ticket. Like
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
argument's sake. I mean, I think that ultimately a lot of fantasy just sounds better than it actually is once you do it, you know, or once you think about the repercussions, you're like,
Yeah.
risky.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see. If a partner pushed a boundary that you assumed was obvious, what's step one to rebuild trust? Ooh. I mean, honestly, I don't think that boundaries should be assumed obvious. I think that's like a mistake that people make when they assume that somebody knows their boundaries.
Yeah.
How is somebody supposed to read your fucking mind?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know? And I've made that mistake before where I just kind of like I didn't say something and then like how can I be upset? I didn't say anything. You know, I didn't express what my boundary was or that I was uncomfortable with something.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
But what if you gave them a boundary and they kind of passed it?
well, then that would be a conversation and yeah, they would lose my trust. And then how they would rebuild that would definitely be actions, not apologies. I mean, apologies are nice, but apologies don't mean dick if you don't fucking do something different.
It's so true. Actions for sure. Yeah.
So, assuming that none of us have tried monogamish deals that have imploded.
Nope.
Not yet.
Not yet. Not yet.
Nope. I definitely have not. Okay. Fan story. I'm 28, female, engaged to a 31-year-old man. We are getting married in 10 months. We made a shared sex bucket list. My fantasy is moonlight beach sex. That doesn't seem crazy to me, but he is anxious about the legal risk of public sex. His fantasy is full couple swap.
Holy
it's a big
shit.
difference from her romantic beach moonlight sex.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? He says he can't marry me without trying it at least once. I'd be like, fuck you, or engagement's off.
I'm keeping the ring. Goodbye.
It's just like the funniest thing ever. Like, I want to romantic sex on the beach. He's like, I want to fuck someone else.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's a huge...
I want to see you get fucked by someone else. Like, holy shit, man.
How do we compromise when the number one fantasy makes the other partner panic? Okay, well, first of all, there's no compromise here, I don't think.
No.
These
They
are not
could
even
just-
comparable.
They're not.
They
They're
could
not
just
comparable.
swap and fuck on the beach.
There you go.
I
Dude.
mean, that's really fucked up. You're getting married in 10 months and your partner's like, oh, by the way, my fantasy is swapping partners. And if you don't do it, then I don't know if I can get married. What?
Yeah.
That's the guy wanting that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some like shit they probably break up over.
I'd say it's good you have this conversation now. Then you know to not go through with the wedding. Waste all
Yeah.
that money.
Honestly, this would be grounds for canceling the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Not because it's his fantasy, but because he's putting an ultimatum on his fantasy. Like, it's one thing to be like, oh, babe, you know, my ultimate fantasy is this. And, like, I know that's crazy and I'm not expecting that whatsoever, but I just wanted to share it with you. That would probably still fucking piss her off, to be honest. But the fact that he put an ultimatum on it, like,
But
we'll
that's
just
also,
not get married.
That's also a very, very almost deal breaking fantasy.
Yeah.
I mean, if a girl said that to me, I would be like, what? I would be very taken back. Like, that is something I would never fucking do. So, like, is that going to always be in the back of your mind? Like, that would be like deal breaking shit.
Yeah. I don't know. If I was this girl and if she was going to even think about going for it, I'd be like, hey, I'm picking the couple. I'm picking your best friend. And knowing his best friend is not very attractive, like, partner. Now you get to watch me fuck your best friend. How do you like that? And then maybe he'll want to change his mind and not want to do it.
Oh, I bet you he'd still want to do it. Be like, no, it's my choice.
Yeah.
That's
Shit.
some crazy shit.
That is. Damn.
The deal breaker part just kills me. Like, oh yeah, I
Yeah.
just don't know if I can marry you unless I get to have that experience before I get married. Like, what?
What a fucking douche. I'm
I
sorry.
hope you never get married. Goodbye.
Jesus.
Fuck off.
We just roasted this guy.
Seriously, I just think
Yeah.
too soon. He's clearly not ready for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And yeah, good thing you found out 10 months sooner. So
Mhm. Wow. Well, thank you guys.
yeah, we would
This
love
has
to.
been fun.
This has been fun. If you guys have any more Monogamish stories to share with us or any failed fantasy shares, please let us know.
Let us know.
All right. Thanks for
Thanks.
listening. Don't forget to rate and subscribe. Cheers.